In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to put together this beautiful little acrylic mobile phone stand and how to decorate it using the decoupage effect with my clear stuff. This is a craft kit available on my website. I'll link it down below, and you can completely personalize this by adding a name or a word at the top as well. So let me show you guys what will be in your craft kit. So in your kit, you're going to get everything to make this. You're going to get your napkin that I've cut out for you already, some clear stuff. You're also going to get the white UV gel paint. Then you're going to get the Guinea glitter, the name that you've chosen, cut out and engraved in wood. And then also, of course, your acrylic shape. That covers off all the materials. So let me show you guys some of the tools that you'll need to complete this. You will need this little picker tool or any picker tool you have, and then of course your trusty brush, and have some tissue paper or toilet paper at hand to wipe off your brush. Then you'll also need a A4 sheet of paper. It doesn't need to be white, it can be anything just to pick up some glitter, and then of course your LED light. So this one is the one that I literally swear by. So I will link this one down below for you guys. It's the Sun brand that I use, and I absolutely love this one. So let's jump into the making of this one. So I'm just moving all of the items out of the way that I don't need, and then we'll start creating this piece. So leave your blank and your napkin piece, and what you want to do with the three grams of the UV gel paint is put the bottle upside down. It doesn't leak in shipping, which is why this bottle is great, but sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle to get it out. So just pop it upside down. Then to do this, we're going to use the acrylic piece first, the bigger piece that will be in your kit. Grab also some emery boards, because we're going to use these to file off the edges of the napkin once we've done those. Your acrylic piece will always come with a protective film on the front and the back, so we want to remove one of the protective films on one of the side. We're going to basically design on the back first. So just remove that protective film, and then we're going to prepare the napkin. So I've already basically cut the napkin to size, but you need to just pull them apart. You only want the very top layer. So there's about 3 or 4 layers on printed napkins. You literally just want the printed sheet. So make sure that you pull all the others away, and just pull away slowly to make sure that you don't tear it. You can also just iron it. I've got a crease in mine that I didn't iron out, which I regret. So you can iron it to remove that crease there at the top. So I've already cut it to size, but if you're going to use your own napkin, just cut it to size, making sure that it overhangs slightly, because we're going to file off those edges to give it a smooth edge. So first thing that you're going to do now to do this part of it is you're going to use your clear stuff, and we're going to add some clear stuff to the acrylic blank. So the bottle will be enough to do all the different layers that we're going to use for this design. So you want to put some clear stuff on the piece first, and that we're going to use to adhere that protective film of the napkin to the piece. So grab your trusty brush and then just brush the clear stuff on, making sure that you get it on all the edges and that there's no gaps. You want to make sure there is literally no gap, so take your time with this part. Once we've done that, we're now going to add the napkin to this piece. Now, very important part here is make sure that you have the printed side facing down. So you want to see the back side of it basically. So pop it onto the acrylic piece, and then you want to use your brush and make sure that there's no bubbles. Please just be careful, because if you brush too hard, you will tear that tissue paper. So make sure that you give it enough pressure to get rid of any bubbles and smooth it out nicely, but just make sure that you don't go onto it too hard. If you feel that it's too dry, you can always just add a little bit more clear stuff to it and then brush a little bit more clear stuff on. You basically use the clear stuff to adhere that napkin sheet to the acrylic blank. So you want to make sure you get enough of it on, and no bubbles, of course. Then don't try a knife, because I tried first. So use a pair of scissors and just cut a little slit in there where that slit is on the acrylic, so that we can file through there. And just use your brush and just make sure those edges are perfectly down, so that they won't lift up once we start filing them. So you can see I'm just pushing them down with a brush and with my fingers, and then just swiping over again until I'm happy that there is absolutely no bubbles anywhere. Right, from there, what we're going to do next is I like to add glitter to mine. So the Guinea glitter that comes in this kit is I'm going to say almost like a translucent glitter. You'll see that there's glitter, but there's no color to that glitter. So what I want to do is I want to add some clear stuff to the piece first. And this is optional, guys. You don't have to add the glitter. And then I'm going to sprinkle the finest, thinnest layer on because I just want that hint of glitter in the background. And you'll see I'm also not sprinkling it on the whole piece. I'm going to have it over the flowers so that there's a nice sparkle on the flowers and right up to around the butterfly, but that top left corner, I think it is, I'm not putting any glitter in there. And now we're going to cure this. So for the curing of this one, we're going to have to turn the piece around because it's too long to fit into the light. So first we're going to put it on and then cure that side for 60 seconds. And once that 60 seconds is done, we're going to pull the piece out and then we're going to turn it around to put the other side under the light and then cure that side for 60 seconds as well. Now that both sides have been cured, it means that our napkin design is now adhered to the acrylic and we just need to finish off the edges. So I'm going to start with that slot in the middle and I'm just going to use a soft or a thin emery board to push through, and I'm basically pushing it against the acrylic and then over the napkin just to file it off. Go slow with this because you don't want to risk lifting any of the napkin off the acrylic blank because then it will leave like a bubble on the other side. So just go slow, put it on and then just file it from forwards to backwards and not back to back and forth, if that makes sense. I hope so. Then for the edges, you can try and use the thin one, but I prefer the stiffer, thicker, I suppose, emery boards. And that just gives me a bit more stability when I file around the edges. So I'm just going to use that around the edges, and you want to have it, again, you want to file downwards. And you can see I'm not filing back and forth because that will pull the napkin away from the blank. I'm just filing down, and you just go all the way around and then file the pieces off. It's actually so satisfying when it comes away. When you've got it around and you want to do the bottom, there's like a oval shape there that you need to just get around. That's for your charge cable, so you can put through a charge cable through the bottom as well. So leave that piece there, make sure that you go all the way around, and then we'll deal with that little oval piece last. You want to grab a pair of scissors for this and then basically just cut out the napkin in that space. It just makes it easier for you to file it away. So just use your scissors and just go around the edge nicely, and you don't have to do this neatly because you're going to file it away anyway. And then just use the emery board again and then just file against the napkin in one direction, not back and front. Sorry. And then you will be able to get it nice and smooth as well. And there you go. So at this stage, you can probably leave it like this and just seal it in some clear stuff again if you wanted to. But we are going to add some white to that. So all I'm going to do now is just clean up my workspace first, just before I start painting with the white. So now you're going to take your white gel paint that you've left standing upside down, and we're going to add some of the white gel paint to the blank. So you don't have to add like a very thick layer. In fact, the thin layer works better because you can put on a thin layer, and then we are going to do a second layer. So get some of the white gel paint on, and then you want to use your trusty brush and just make sure that you cover the whole piece. Make sure that you don't miss any spots because it will show once we reveal the front. So just make sure that you get the whole piece done. Once that is done, we're going to cure this one again, and we're going to do the same as what we've done before. We'll have to cure one half of it and then turn the light down, around, or turn the piece down even, and then cure the other side of the piece. So once it's cured for 60 seconds, pop it out, turn it around, and then cure for another 60 seconds. Once that's done, I'm just going to repeat the process, and I've done a second layer there and then cured it again twice so that the whole piece is cured. Now you can leave it like this and then go ahead and just seal it in clear stuff, but if you know me, you know I like my glitter, so I'm going to add some more glitter to this. So go ahead and then just grab your piece of paper again so you can catch any of the glitter, and then I'm going to pop my piece down and I'm going to use the remainder of the clear stuff for this step, and I'm just going to add all of the clear stuff to the piece and making sure that I get it everywhere using my trusty brush. Then I'm going to spread it across the whole piece. So when you do the trusty brush piece again, or part, make sure that you get the clear stuff going everywhere, because you will see if you've missed any spots. So just make sure, especially on the edges, that you get it absolutely everywhere. Once that's done, I'm going to grab my glitter. And just a top tip for you guys, if you haven't seen this before, take that big label on the glitter packet that I've got, if you're going to use it straight out of the packet, and put that to the bottom, curve it, and then that will create a little scoop. And you can see I first sprinkle on the paper, and then once I've got my sprinkling right, I then go over the piece and then sprinkle some glitter over that. Once that's done, I'm going to leave it stand for like a minute or two, just so the glitter can settle in properly into the clear stuff. And then, same as before, guys, I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds and then move it along and cure for another 60 seconds. Once the curing is done, that is basically the back of your piece done. There'll be very little glitter that comes off from that piece, but take that sheet with the glitter and then just scoop the glitter back into the packet, and you can see just how beautifully sparkly that is. And you don't have to put on like a thick layer of glitter, guys. Just a dusting of it will be enough. Now let's do the reveal on this one. So just pull away that protective film from the front and just look how freaking stunning that is. The print is just so vibrant and it looks so gorgeous on there. Let me know what you guys think of that. And then you can see some of the glitter. You can see it's just the tiniest amount of glitter, just to give that little hint of a sparkle in the background. Again, you can do without, but I love my glitter, so I've added some onto there. Now, if you've ordered the complete craft kit, in the kit you'll be able to get your own personalized name, so we can personalize this piece. So the piece will be cut out of wood, and then I would also have it engraved for you guys with whichever name or word you choose. So I'm going to put it right at the top and center. And then to stick this on, you can use the Gorilla glue, or you can use E6000. I just couldn't find it to show you guys, but don't use super glue, guys. It will make the acrylic cloudy around the edges. So for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to use some press stick, also known as blue tack in the UK. It's just blue and not white. And I'm just going to pop that on because I don't want to wait for the glue to dry before I carry on with the rest of the little tutorial. I absolutely love this wood piece, and these flowers just came out so vibrant. Absolutely looks stunning and will make a perfect gift. Last part that we need to do is just the bottom piece. So this piece you're going to leave clear because it's size fit for that little hole. And to be honest, it looks stunning, clear and not painted. So you're just going to see if it fits through. If it doesn't go through, like with mine, it just means that you've messed some of your gel paint over the edges. Just grab a craft knife and just run that inside on the edges very carefully, not to cut yourself, and just scrape away any of the paint that's gone over that edge. You might have to do this a couple of times, but I can assure you once you've got the paint away, that piece will 100% fit in there. Just make sure you get those corner pieces as well, because that's sometimes where the paint will lurk around. And then you can test it and take your piece again and just slot it through, and you'll see it's going to go through quite easily for me now. And that's that, guys. That is your mobile stand completely done with a decoupage effect using the clear stuff and also personalized. This will make an absolute amazing gift for anyone, and especially with Mother's Day coming up next month. So let me know in the comments if you guys like this one. Final thing that I'm going to do is just clean off the edges. I'm going to do the same as on the inside of that slot and just run my knife over, and then it's nice and tidy. I will leave the links below for all of the kit that I used, and also the light, so you can go grab yours on Amazon if you want to. It's not an affiliate link, so you can go and grab yours. But there you go, guys. It looks absolutely stunning, and I love this one. I leave it on my desk now because it's so pretty when I take my phone off it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.